What's going on, YouTube? This is Rad here coming at you with this video, my Onewheel Pint X review. I'm using my trail ride I did today at the High Point Greenway in North Carolina as my background for the review. Hope you guys enjoy it. As my experience goes with any kind of board sport is, I have zero. I did own a skateboard as a kid, but most I've ever done with that skateboard was sit down and ride down the hill. I'm no expert. I'm just speaking from a guy who's a casual rider, casual purchaser of a Onewheel, my first one. Only balance experience I have is roller skating, inline skating. If you want to get into that later, we can. But how I got into the Onewheel is buddy, he had a Onewheel Pint. He said he had just got a GT. I said, I want to try it. He said, let's try it. So we went out. From my experience, I was super terrified of this board. I'll probably throw a clip in there if I can. But it was not the funnest experience, but I really got over the fear of the Onewheel because every bump, every crack scared the living crap out of me. So I'm glad that I was able to overcome it, and I went back and forth with myself to think about getting a Onewheel, and probably like 2 months later I ended up purchasing the Pint X. The reason I went with the Pint X was because, one, because of the price, and two, the GT just wasn't readily available at the moment. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'm not a person that likes to wait on things that I purchase online. It was not a fun idea thinking, hey, I'm gonna drop $2,000 on this machine and not have to wait 3 months to get it. Not doing that. Would I say I'm happy with my choice of the Pint X? I would say yes. This board is more than capable. It has everything that I need in a board. Climbs hills well. The range is as advertised, and I'm getting 16 to 18 miles as a guy who's over 220. And that's more than enough range, being that I get foot fatigue and my foot goes numb at around 10 or 11. So once that happens, my foot goes numb at 10 or 11. Yeah, I can jump off the board and get circulation back, but overall, I just don't feel safe and sturdy anymore. Riding the board, I don't feel like I have total control. So, me going 16, 18 miles, that's me overdoing it for myself personally. As you can see on the board, I do have the cushion up high from Flow Life. And that helped out tremendously. The stock foot pad was not comfortable. I would get foot fatigue within 2 miles. This one negates it. It helps me ride until about 7. So I would highly recommend, if anything, your first purchase should be the Cushionook High. It is a wonderful pad. I love it. I would not trade it for anything off this board. Okay, not one thing. The only gripe that I have with this board is the serious pushback. They advertise this board to go 18 miles an hour, but at around 16.5, you get serious pushback. I would love if they just made the pushback hit around 17.5. I think that's great cruising speed for me as of right now. I do find myself hitting that 16 mile an hour mark when it gets a little smooth, but overall, I would say I cruise around 14, 15 on these bumpy trails, just so I feel safe. But I just want that little bit of nudging of the speed, so when I do hit those smooth parts, I can go really, really fast. But going back to my point before about this board, is more than capable. As far as it nosediving, I haven't had not one nosedive, mainly because I do respect the pushback. When it comes, I slow my butt down. which you should too. But if you want to push through it, go for it. But I haven't had any nosedives. The only time I have nosedive is when the ground is uneven and the road is a little bit higher than the curve. I mean, but other than that, as far as a speed nosedive and the board is cutting out on me, none of that has happened. I did fall off the board one time. Basically, that could have been bad, but it was my fault. I mean, I was at the end of a ride. I was already frustrated with some of the pedestrians that was on the Greenway. They were just cutting in front of me, jumping in front of me without looking. I was just ready to go. I was at the end of my ride and I hit a pothole. Board bucked me off, but luckily I had my wrist guards on. And that's another thing I would say. Minimum purchase, wrist guards and helmet. That's the bare minimum. These wrist guards saved my hands completely because that's all that hit on the ground with my hands. And if I didn't have those wrist guards on, I would have some tore up hands. In the future, could I see myself upgrading to a GT? Of course. Just the extra power and everything that it offers is more than enough for me. But I will not be getting rid of my Pint X. I love just the portability of it, the carvability of it. You can't beat it. The GT for me is not really needed for me at the moment. I just see the GT as maybe if I were a person that would do a lot of group rides and extended group rides just to keep up with the group. But man, dude, I'm kind of an introvert, so really I kind of mainly stick to myself and solo rides. So none of that bothers me. My pace and distance is determined by me, so it doesn't matter to me. For me, I don't have the urge to go super fast anywhere on a one wheel. I'm just here to cruise and enjoy my ride. If I need to go fast, I just jump in my car and just do that. But speed, the power this board offers is more than enough than what I need. It's awesome, man. A lot of people complain about the size of the Onewheel Pint X, but for me, I don't have a problem with it. My feet fit just fine. I wear a size 10, 11. I really just angle my front foot on the front foot pad, and that's more than enough room. And also with the back, I have the cushion up high, so that offers a lot more real estate for my foot. So me having a size problem with the Onewheel Pint X is not an issue for me, at least. You may differ, but like I said, taking a reference that I wear a size 10 and a half, 11 foot, and I don't ever feel like my foot is going to come off the board or I don't have enough room for my foot. The main thing I would suggest you buy with your purchase of the Onewheel would be, of course, a fender, the side guards, upgrade your grip tape, a back foot pad, helmet, of course, wrist guards, and get some nice shoes. If you're a type of person that like to do group rides or long rides, I would say get a fast charger. Sometimes I like to go on a long ride and I will stop and get something to eat, and while I'm eating I'll charge up, and give me about 30 minutes. I got a pretty nice charge on my Onewheel, finish my ride out for the day. But at the end of the day, will I recommend the Pint X to anybody? I would. If you're a person who wants to go fast and do group rides and go on 30-mile rides, definitely go for the GT. But if you're a person like me who doesn't care about speed, who doesn't care about going super far, who doesn't care to ride in group rides all the time, then Pint X is a perfect choice. But in my opinion, just buy one wheel. Any one wheel will do. You will have fun. You will enjoy it. But that's been my review. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm just gonna leave you with the rest of my ride, and have a good day. Bye.